Time out. Like the video, subscribe. Let's go talk about main man Vergil Ortiz, who's back this weekend. Do y'all, is it me or did Vergil Ortiz? Well, he's still only 24, but what are they doing with him? He's currently ranked number 1 by the WBC, WBA, and WBO. Doesn't mean he's mandatory. But when are they going to order something? You know what my gut is telling me? My gut is telling me all these sanctioning bodies, even the IBF, as you can see here, look, Boots number 1, Vergil number 3. All these sanctioning bodies are scared to order this fight because they know it's probably not going to get made. But why though? Why can't we have like the big domestic clashes like they do over in the UK where guys, usually they have to fight for that British title, to be able to go on to like the world stage. We've seen it happen with guys like Billy Joe Saunders, Chris Eubank Jr. He just fought again this weekend, but even this weekend too, CBS, Chris Billum Smith versus Isaac Chamberlain, Lawrence O'Colly versus Isaac Chamberlain as well. Who else? Like they have tons of fights. Just off the top of my head, I can't think of them, even though I've covered a lot of them. But they have tons of fights where, the top guys in the country fight each other before they go on to a world title. But in this case, I don't see anyone having the balls between any of these sanctioning bodies to order Vergil Ortiz versus Boots Ennis, because likely it won't happen. And Vergil Ortiz had a media call earlier today. I recorded it. I'm going to be releasing it on the channel sometime later on this evening or probably tomorrow. But Conlan would. But he says basically he's going to be staying at 147 pounds. That he wants to be at 147 pounds. He doesn't want to get a belt and move up to 154 because let's face it, whoever wins the two, and I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be the two Spence versus Crawford fights, both of them fighters are probably going to move up to 154 pounds. Spence has been talking about it. Crawford's been talking about it. But Spence, in my opinion, can easily go up to 160 pounds. Maybe even compete at 168 one day before he closes out his career. But I see definitely 160 in his future. So Boots and Vergil Ortiz, if you look at it, those are the guys. And Conor Benn. That's the future of the 147-pound division. So are those two guys going to become the next Spence Crawford, where they're not going to fight in their prime? They're going to be dancing around each other and shit. I don't have no faith that they're going to fight at 147 pounds, but definitely not at maybe at 154. But that's the politics of boxing. And of course, you see Keith Thurman. He don't want no parts up. Keith Thurman ain't gonna fight no Boots Ennis. He knows what time it is. Keith Thurman used to be in that spot where he used to want guys like Paulie Malignaggi and Robert Guerrero. And they used to try to avoid him like the plague, Robert Guerrero, but that was a different circumstance. That was the premiere of Premier Boxing Champions. That was on ABC, right? There was so much money thrown at him that he had to take the fight. I don't think that's going to happen with Keith Thurman versus Boots Ennis. Conor Benn, his affiliation with Matchroom is not going to get him the same. Basically, he's going to have the same problems Terrence Crawford had being with Top Rank. He's not going to be able to get the fights. And Vergil Ortiz, what are they going to do? Try to fight, right now, I feel whoever wins between Spence and Crawford, those two fights, that Vergil Ortiz will end up fighting for a vacant belt. And then we'll have maybe Vergil Ortiz and Boots Ennis, maybe collecting belts. But let's face it, both of these guys aren't the most charismatic of dudes. They're no different than Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford trying to get, all this mega money for a fight that may not even do 500,000 pay-per-view buys. These guys just, and listen, is it a crime? Let's talk about the real shit. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Boots Ennis, and Vergil Ortiz, they don't have that crossover appeal. They don't. At least not now. And if Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford don't have it now, they ain't never going to get it. Yeah, they can sell some pay-per-views, especially Spence, but they're not guys that like transcend the sport. You see what I'm saying? They don't. And all these guys and all these managers and all these promoters want to try to make these guys into the next Floyd Mayweather. And look, it ain't happening. They don't have it. Yeah, Boots got the swag. Vergil Ortiz has got the Mexican following. They both have something. These fighters all have something that they bring into the table. Oh, I can't wait to do a video on DAZN. They make me sick. I'm just waiting for them to announce Usyk versus Joshua on pay-per-view. I canceled my DAZN subscription. I'm going to be back this weekend, though, but I canceled it for like 2 weeks just to let them know I'm in charge. You get my $21 when I want you to have it. Shit. But yeah, I am upset with DAZN. They're on my shit list. But by the way, yes, Vergil Ortiz returns. He is going to be taking on Michael McKinson. Vergil Ortiz, 18-0 with 18 KOs. Last fight against Iglesias Kavalaskis, Maurice Hooker, Samuel Vargas, Brad Solomon, Antonio Roscoe, Mauricio Herrera. Nice, solid 147-pound resume. You know, McKinson, ain't nobody really asked for that. This is just a reschedule. McKinson was talking big shit, though, because he only has 2 KOs. It was a media call earlier today. I was on it early this morning. I'm going to upload it later on for those who want to hear it. But he was talking big shit about how, like, he beat, you know, undefeated fighters before, which he has. Nobody on the level of Vergil Ortiz. But basically, he's confident. You know, I'm not giving him too much of a chance, you know, but he's confident and he's undefeated. So, you know, undefeated fighters are, you know, going to be confident. But only those 2 KOs, that's a little alarming, bro, going against a guy who's 18-0 with 18 KOs, 24 years old, you know? So, I mean, more power to the Brit, the Englishman, but something's telling me he gonna get, you know, he gonna get it real ugly. It's gonna be real nasty. On the undercard, I'm looking forward to this one. #Hooker Cops. You're going to have Maurice Hooker returning 27-2-3 with 18 KOs. Last fight against Vergil Ortiz got stopped. He's going to be taking on, guess who? The Cringe returns. He's got a crazy story, too, from Philly. The Cringe, Blair Cobbs. Now, let me tell you something. It's rare where I do a prediction on a fight where it's like, yo, dude's going to get beat the fuck up. That's how I was when he fought Alexis Rocha. I was like, yo, it's going to be ugly. And man, oh man, we're going to be talking about this fight a whole lot this week. So trust me, I'm going to be talking about a lot of Blair Cobbs, but man, oh man, did he get knocked the fuck out. But now he's back. This is a nice fight. I like this fight. Also, you have Marlon Esparza versus Eva Guzman. One thing about Golden Boy, though, they do keep their fighters active when they can. You know, Vergil Ortiz was injured and then it was COVID. But for the most part, if a guy loses or one of their fighters loses, they try to get him back out there. But overall, remember, Alex Martin was the guy who had fought McKinson as a late replacement for Vergil Ortiz. And look, another Philadelphia gem on the card, my man Hammering Hank Lundy. You know he's gonna have all kind of shit to talk. So as you can see, the smile on my face, I am digging this card. Vergil Ortiz versus Michael McKinson. Maurice Hooker versus Blair Cobbs. #Hooker Cobbs. Marlon Esparza versus Eva Guzman. Have I seen her fight before? Likely, unlikely. Alex Martin versus Hank Lundy. And you were supposed to have Sanesa Superbad Estrada on the card, but she is now a top rank fighter. Good for her. Top Rank's going to do some real good things for her, especially since she's got that fan-friendly knockout style. I'm really happy for her. I didn't get a chance to do a video, but shout out to her. I never seen this Eva Guzman woman fight before. Nope. But Marlon Esparza is always in exciting fights. Like always. You know, Olympian as well. So one thing for sure is like it's going, you know, some shit's going to go down. Only lost to Superbad Estrada. A rematch that I wish they did again. Hopefully it can happen one day in the future again. Hopefully. They were building it up, but a little bit too slow. Nah, Hammer and Hank back out there, bro. Hammer and Hank is out there getting it in. Can't wait to see it. I'm hyped. But anyway, guys, take your time out. Like the video. I'm going to be shooting my first podcast episodes this week. I know I said it last week, but I was like, all right, you know what? I'm really waiting for them to announce if Usyk versus Joshua is going to be on the DAZN pay-per-view. I already have my first 4 shows laid out, and I have pretty much like basically my podcast is going to be independent from my YouTube content. It's going to be on all your platforms: Audible, Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Store, all that shit. But it's going to be a scripted boxing show where it's going to be, high quality. I'm really, really putting like everything into it. I don't know which day I'm going to be premiering it, but it's looking like I'm guessing Mondays, is going to have to be the day, because who wants to wait until Tuesday to hear the result of the weekend and, like news. So basically I'm going to be doing 1 episode a week to start, and then we're going to start bumping that up with interviews and everything. So listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up out of here. I got to go run to the market and get some brown rice. I'm doing a new, I made these beautiful, oh man, delicious air fried pork chops, thick cut pork chops. Let me tell you something. I never did something so I to make sure they were done all the way. I cut a little bit off at the tip. And then I was like, man, delicious. So I'm making some cilantro brown rice. I'm on my weight loss journey. No, I'm gonna be on YouTube too. I'm gonna upload the podcast on YouTube as well, but likely not until probably a couple of days after it's on iTunes or in podcast format. But yeah, I'm gonna make some cilantro brown rice and probably some asparagus, and then take my ass to bed. But all right, guys, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here back on Thursday. Wait, let's go look at the boxing schedule first. Hold on. Let me make sure I got my schedule right. Hold on. Tell you what fights I'm covering this week. Okay, so I'm going to be here Saturday for this. The Vergil Ortiz card. We just talked about that. I'm going to be back for the final press conference for that on Thursday. I'm not sure exactly what time. Likely, it's probably going to be around like 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. or so. Maybe 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm not really interested in this the DAZN card with Dalton Smith. I am interested in the rematch between Erica Farias and Sandy Ryan, though. And, you always got to watch Campbell Hatton, because you never know when he's going to lose. It can happen any fight now. I am interested in Mick Conlan versus Miguel Marriaga. My man Tyrone McKenna versus Chris Jenkins. So I'm going to be covering 3 cards on Saturday. I'm covering this Mick Conlan card on ESPN Plus in Northern Ireland. That's a midday card. I am going to be covering this DAZN card. Fuck it. That's also a midday card. So both of these cards are going to be competing. One on DAZN and one on ESPN Plus. And then, of course, at night, we're going to be streaming during the main event of Vergil Ortiz versus Michael McKinson. And I will be doing a post-fight video. So, all right, yeah, it's going to be busy. So, all right, take your time out. Like the video, subscribe. I am T Street Controversy with Fight View 360 here. I'm going to put the link to my Twitter for those who want to give me a follow. And also links to the WBC app powered by the Vive Network down below in the description box. Thanks for watching. See you guys on Thursday. I may be doing some content tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I got to look at the schedule, because I do keep a schedule for all this stuff now. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Please subscribe.